There's a CNBC article titled "More Money Means More Happiness for Most of Us. New Revelation. There are noticeable increases in happiness after making $100,000 per year or more. Then the increase in happiness is minimal after $100,000, but it still increases slightly up to $500,000 per year. Does more money actually make you happier? Does spending more money make you happier? Spending money provides an instant feeling of gratification. It gives you emotional fulfillment and produces endorphins in your body. Endorphins are peptides that are produced in your brain. They block the perception of feeling pain and induce a feeling of well-being. A Duke University study found that the prefrontal cortex actually lights up when you get a good value for a product. So if there's a deal or a discount and you buy it, your prefrontal cortex actually lights up and it gets stimulated because of that deal. Here's a 2014 study from the Journal of Consumer Psychology. Spending restored personal control over one's environment and reduces residual sadness. Spending money gives you a sense of control. It makes you happy, at least temporarily. That's why you want to spend it. Human beings are also social creatures, and the amount of money you have a lot of times determines your social status. People want to fit in. And in order to fit in with a certain group, people buy things that makes them fit in with that group. Everyone has that desire to fit in. Whether you want to fit into a certain economic class, a certain style of people, buying things is a way to get there, and that's why people do it. What about peer pressure? No one wants to be the person that doesn't fit in. And if everyone's buying it, if it's trending right now, you feel that peer pressure, even if it's from the internet of people that you don't even know. You feel that peer pressure to buy that thing. Let's talk about convenience. Humans will pay more money to do less. I firmly believe anybody can create a successful business as long as that business takes a product and makes that product get to the consumer quicker and with more convenience. The biggest example of this is Amazon, the biggest online retailer in the world. It takes things and it just gets them to the consumer quicker and with more convenience. It doesn't change the product at all. It's the convenience factor that people will pay more money for. Look at Uber Eats. Look at DoorDash. Companies that all they do is take a product and make it more convenient, and people will pay more money for it. What about genetic laziness? Is that a real thing? If you're lazy, are you going to in turn make your kids lazy? Or if your parents were lazy, does that in turn make you lazy? Like, is it actually in your genes? Well, let's look at a study about mice and genetic laziness. So they studied a bunch of mice and they had a wheel in the cage that the mice were in. Mice that chose to run on the wheel more produced offspring that in turn exercised more, and it compounded. Their kids' ran on the wheel even more and more. After 10 generations, the running mice ran 75% more than the mice who didn't run on the wheel. And by 16 generations, the mice were running almost double the amount of mileage as the mice who genetically didn't want to run on the wheel. So how does this apply to spending money? Well, how did you see money growing up? How did you see it with your parents and with your friends and in the environment that you were in? Could it be in your genes to spend more money? What you'll come to find out is a lot of time how you learn about money is not necessarily what you've been taught, but through your experiences. All your experiences are inputs into your brain. We see in society all the time, people that spend money and have money are more happy. You see it in the movies. You see it with celebrities. Those are all things that you see on a monthly or even daily basis that are inputs into your brain and experiences that are telling you, well, if you spend more money, you'll be happier. If you have more money, you'll be happier. And in your mind, it correlates to buying more things leads to happiness, which is true because we've already talked about the psychology of how it increases endorphins and how people that make more money are actually more happier to a certain extent. I'll leave you with this. Let's look at one more thing. It's one of my favorite principles. It's called the Parkinson Law. It's the principle that work expands to fill the time that you allotted for it. So if I have 10 hours to do something and I give myself 10 hours to do that thing, I am probably going to procrastinate and expand that work to take up the entire 10 hours. Whereas if I only gave myself 2 hours, I could probably accomplish the same thing in 2 hours, just because mentally I told myself it's only going to take 2 hours. You only have 2 hours to complete it. Does this work the same with money? It absolutely does. Think about things like lifestyle creep. The more salary that you have and the less controlled it is, the more you are going to spend, the more you are going to increase your lifestyle. If you give yourself a chance to spend it, you will spend it. A 2015 study found that 60% of Americans spend every single penny that they make. Those are just the facts. And that's the psychology of spending money. If you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to hear some more financial educational videos, go ahead and subscribe. We're coming out with a new video every single week. I'll see you in the next one.